Hey, everybody. Welcome to Something to Bark About. We have been having a few technical difficulties, meaning this boomer can't figure out what I did, what I didn't do, but uh, something changed from the last time. And I don't know. No, you're not getting up here. Um, I went live like I have normally been doing. Hey, Ninja, welcome. And I don't know where it was going, if it was actually live, but it wasn't working like, like my lives have been. So I ended it and went directly to YouTube's content to see if we could get in. I've been using the Restream, and something really changed since last week, and I don't know what it is. No, you're not getting up here. You had your chance before we started. So you go lay down, let these three get to be live today. No, Cotton's wanting up here in the game. You watch it. Well, thank you, Maria. Like I said, I don't know what's changed, but something definitely changed with Restream because it was like doing cloud recording or something. So there's no telling what's coming up on my channel that I had no clue uh, that I put up there. So, but I appreciate you guys sticking close. How's everybody doing on a Monday? I hope y'all had a great weekend. We are doing wonderful here in South Arkansas. Hey, Arnold, welcome. Um, it's gotten a little warmish. I was running around a while ago and actually got hot playing with doggy daycare dogs. And now I got the AC turned down in here and about to freeze these three out. You stay in your bed. And I don't know what to say about this Believe's ears. She does not want to hold them up like a chihuahua. She wants hound dog ears. Y'all lay down. I can't read chat and be watching y'all too. Get your spot. Y'all wanted to be on the lives with girls. There we go. All right, who did I miss? Oh, Caribbean Cruise, Ninja. I had uh, huh, I in the other program I was using, it was putting them up on the screen and all that. But like I said, I'm back on YouTube Creator. No, no, lay down, get off Bandigo's head. Lay down. What are you doing? You go push them all out of the way. That was bad. No, no. Y'all just witnessed. She wanted a certain spot, and believe you're getting on the edge. You need to get off the edge. Lay down so we can do our show. Good girl. Oh, wow. Caribbean cruise. I've never been on a cruise, never been to the Caribbean, but it sounds like a cool thing. Maria said it's hot in Florida. I can imagine it. It just got humid here. We had some pretty good storms this weekend. Thankfully, no wind damage or anything. I feel bad for the people in Michigan and Oklahoma that had major damage and lost loved ones. That's just horrible. And they're already talking tornadoes all this week. So this is that lovely time of year, which any time of year in Arkansas that can happen. Um, Angela, welcome. We glad you found us. I will go back and see what if anything went live a while ago because it was really weird and it kept saying cloud recording and I don't know what I was doing, but it wasn't what I intended to do. So Y'all know I'm just a boomer trying to learn this stuff, so y'all gotta bear with me and we'll get it all together. What did y'all think about the uh, videos we've been getting about the court case? Man, I couldn't keep my composure. I was so tickled and excited that finally uh, some things may be turning in the right direction for our other friends. I just can't wait to see the rest of it start turning out. But you could just see the tension and joy on faces. And I don't like to mention names. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Um, but man, just imagine living that stress in your daily life, and when you can see somebody's whole attitude and features change because they're just relieved, you know. Yeah, Maria says I hope they get their justice. Me too. I mean, if y'all followed this story, which I was a fan before this mess all started, but um, I tell you, it just when they say you can't make this stuff up, man, that's true. You just can't make it up. Ninja said some of the stress will never completely disappear. You're right. You know, stuff like that changes people. I mean, and I think mainly the sad part is the change that uh, JH will go there. He's got that giving heart, helping people. George, well, I'm trying to say names, but his significant other too, and you know, I I just think that what a shame it is that all the people are going to miss out of their generosity because of getting burned and taking where they have been taken. That's just, I, like I said, you can't make this stuff up. Um, Welcome, grandkids taxi. Love that name. You're not late. We're tickled you're here. We just had a lot of technical issues trying to get this going. And again, I apologize for no Wednesday live. I've told y'all I'm going to do lives Mondays and Wednesdays at 2:30 Central Time. And 2 Wednesdays in a row, I've had a migraine that I could not function. And this past Wednesday, I had the worst migraine in my at least 30 years. And I'm telling you, well, I ended up having to go to the doctor and get a shot to knock me out. I mean, I was ready to call an ambulance saying it's an aneurysm. It just wasn't typical. And then I was worried I had the flu and just, it was a bad couple of days. But thank the good Lord, um, all back feeling better. And so I'm almost a little scared about saying, okay, Wednesday, but that is my plan is to get with you guys on Mondays and Wednesdays. Welcome, Colleen. We appreciate you joining us. Hope you're having a great day. We, like I said, I don't know what I was doing. Marmal, welcome. Aloha. Um, I just, like I said, well, I have to go back and save some of that ended up live a while ago, but it was just very strange. I don't know. I don't know why, uh, what I changed because I hadn't touched anything that I know of or changed any settings. So I guess the boomer gremlins come in while I was not watching and made some settings change on my computer because we got No, Abandigo, and the baby Believe joining us now. They finally decided that we need to take a nap because that's what they do during a live is take a nap. Um, Glad you joined us, Colleen. Appreciate it. I tell you, watching you guys do the uh, moderating stuff, it just amazes me, especially when you're on the bigger channels and that chat's flying by and comments. And, I might catch over 10 chats, catch one. And y'all just amaze me how y'all got the skills and how nice everybody most of the time. I've seen a few, what you call it, um, trollers, I guess is the word, that have come in, and I thought it was handled very nice. But the way y'all do that, I appreciate that. And uh, maybe one of these days I'll get this going big enough. And I just hit a button a while ago that said add as moderator, and I thought, well, heck, that's how you do it. So mine is the little boy from Travis's video. He plays a game. Okay. Well, I recorded, and I need to see if I can figure out how to. I could probably put it on Facebook. You want to protect him, absolutely. Uh, I recorded the part of Travis's video when was he in Georgia at that motorcycle thing and car show and whatever. But I had it on the TV watching and just kind of laying there. I was watching it and loved seeing the kids had with their motorcycles and doing those crazy stunts. And of course, my heart's in my throat every time that kid would go off and let go of stuff, and that motorcycle's up in the air. But I recorded when they ended that, and all those kids started running over to get in line to get a autograph and talk to them. And I was like, that, you could see that if you never knew Travis at all, but that right there just touched my heart. And I recorded that on my phone, and I'll figure out how I can maybe share it. Maybe need to share it first with Travis and see if he likes it, and I never even went back and looked to see if it turned out good enough to share. But oh man, that when you can inspire a child to go after their dreams, sorry, spam callers. Um, there's nothing better in life. It is, a kid that you just never know. Like when he was talking about the jersey, and the kid said he wanted his autograph or something. One day he'd be famous. And look at that kid. It's just amazing to me. And I relate it back to dogs. I didn't grow up in the dog show world, never been to a dog show. And when I moved out when I was 17 and told my dad, I won't have so many dogs, you won't come see me. And of course, I had Brownie, my dog that lived to be 27, but I got a boxer puppy, a lab. I was on my own, and I had my own place, so I was going to have as many dogs as I wanted. And I got this black lab puppy and heard about a dog show that was about an hour from me. Now, remember, I've never been to a dog show. I don't know if at that time I'd probably never seen one on TV. But I had uh, participated in horse shows and rodeos, so I had that part of show stuff. So I get there with this black lab that she was not that quality of a lab, and I'm wearing cowboy boots, and you know how they put the mats around the ring for the dogs not to run on, not to slip. Well, I'm on the mat, got the dog on the floor, and it is pretty tough. And when I come out of the ring, this lady grabbed my shoulder and says, "Come here, hon, let's talk." And she became my mentor. and Laverne Anderson, and she had helped start every kennel club in the state of Arkansas, and had all these records going back, like a boxer that got one of the highest obedience awards in 1956, and she encouraged me from that day on, and I was like a sponge, just I couldn't be around her enough. And I got to driving for a dog training class that was 75 miles one way to Pine Bluff. I did that weekly for probably 4 or 5 years. And it was just the highlight of my life. Meeting Laverne is my um, mentor and what she taught me. And I mean, and that's what I saw in Travis Saturday. I thought that was just uh, unbelievable. His heart. Excuse me. What are y'all hearing me? Okay, is everything coming through? Like I said, I got totally different settings that I have been. I'd had it figured out to put it on the screen, y'all's comments, and I guess I'm back to square one, looks like, but I am trying for y'all, I promise. Yeah, you can tell he's good with kids. Thank you, Angel. Um, and Maria, thank you. Um, I mean, and then that's what this world needs. We need more dogs to teach us how to be more like them. I always say it'd be a better world if we acted more like our dogs. You go out of the room and run uptown for 10 minutes and you come back and they treat you like you've been gone for a year. And, uh, you know, I've seen dogs so mistreated in unbelievable situations and would still wag their tails, begging for the attention of that person, which we got them out of those situations and got them in homes that they deserve. But if we could be more like them, it just would be a better world. We wouldn't have all this hate running around, and um, have the joy that we all like to have each day. So what's new with everybody besides what went on Friday? And I guess there's a video coming out this evening that we'll get to see more of what happened in Ohio. Um, Ian just said, I worry for him. He's such a sweet person, and the anti group are constantly trying to create problems for the JH group. Yeah, and the other day when that shots fired or whatever call was put in, it really got me. I watch a lot of videos in real life, cops going and doing their jobs, and I thought about, when the cop come and asked him if he was firing a gun, and Travis just turned immediately, went to his truck up to the door. I don't remember if it was open or not. And he's going to show the guy he had firecrackers. And this is live streaming. We all saw it. But I was thinking, that could have been so bad with a new officer or something that wasn't, seasoned in the job. Uh, that could have just been so bad. Of course, I know it's a little bitty town, and but still, it scared me for his safety. But the main deal was the other person being claimed as a masked shooter or something. Now that right there got to me. I was very upset that they would even go there, and but we always hear about karma, and it does. It goes around, and it's going to come back. It's just sometimes hard to keep the patience on our end and give it time to happen. You know. Um, let's see. Maria says she's been busy with business. Understand that. You were watching the live on Travis, Colleen, Ninja, yes, horrible all the way around. Colleen, and she said there's a guy in a mask. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. That was crazy. Angela says, I know people are saying this was like swatting, crazy. And Colleen, this is a boy you're modding for. Cool. How many subscribers has he gotten to? I knew the other day they was trying to. I knew he went over like 500 or something, but I was hoping he'd hit 1,000 real quick. Ninja said it was swatting, plain and simple. Clayton, yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I mean, I know that's a little bitty town, and a lot of them have been doing what they do for years, but uh, that could have been so dangerous that I just think I see these videos all the time of uh, I'm sure bigger cities and stuff, but it's just anytime you start talking about the pew pew, you need to be concerned, and when there is a child involved, man, that just you can get me real quick if it's children or animals. I mean that's just my heart. Uh, let's see. Colleen says he has 643 subscribers. That's cool. Maria says the same thing. He's going places. How old is he? Do y'all know? I was guessing 12 age range. Colleen says he doesn't need to tell people to. Oh, he doesn't want you to tell people to subscribe. Maria says, Colleen, your texting is quicker than mine. Like I said, I don't know if y'all were here when I said it a while ago, but you guys that do the modding just amaze me. Oh, he's 16 or 17. I didn't realize he was that old. I knew Levi was like 16, but I was thinking he was more 12, 13-ish years old. Maybe not. But yeah, y'all catching them chats going by, and it just blows my mind because I've had to learn Clayton's 13. That yeah, Levi's 16, Clayton's 13. That's what I was thinking. Thank you, grandkids taxi. I mean, that's an age where they're trying to figure out this world, and I remember the things I was doing at that age, and it was probably off a horse or a motorcycle, one of the two. My mom would have all these plans, and anything being a tomboy was my plan. So, but you get people in your life that you know that influence what you thought, and I knew from a young age, and it was so funny years later. I didn't even think about it, but I was probably 10 years old, and I was gathering up the dogs and cats in the neighborhood to give them a bath and a haircut. Well, the stray dogs that people didn't really care about, and I got this big metal wash tub, and I was using Dad's well pump, and had a little house, and the actual well had a concrete cover, so that was my grooming area, and I I had I mean I got $5 for several of the dogs. Now several cats were not real happy cats, and especially if I tried to give them a haircut with scissors, that wasn't great either. But where I got the spanking was my babysitter had a little toy poodle that she kept perfectly groomed, top knot, little pom poms on each foot. Well, I didn't think it looked very good, so I cut it off. And then I got in trouble for using mom's sewing scissors. So, but years later, that memory come back of here I was grooming dogs every day and been blessed to do it for 40 years. April 1st will be my 40th year. But it tickles me uh, how, being a 10-year-old and that desire to bathe the dogs or do something with them. Oh, goodness gracious, has come in. Where you been? Taking a nap? Ninja said the sad part is that town is so small there aren't any functions or facilities for kids. Yeah, that's true. Colleen said we were raised if we weren't doing chores, we were running around the woods. That was me. My mom and dad worked at the plants a lot, and my dad, he was a big gardener, and we had plum trees. Oh my lord, at the plums every year. But it was you had to do what Pop needed done in the garden or whatever. Um, but we had a close knit neighborhood that 3 or 4 families that we hung out, all the kids in the neighborhood. Everybody looked out for each other. But I, the neighbor that bought me my first pony, that's where I hung out most of my time and doing something with those horses all the time. That was my life. Love horses. Oh, well, I don't want to keep y'all real long. I just wanted to keep my mind, keep y'all me on y'all's mind. I'll get it out in a second. I am trying hard to get this going, and I appreciate everyone that's shared and talked about my channel and joined me. Because, my hope is to get this to be able to help supplement the retiring for grooming. And, I can do daycare and boarding uh, a whole lot easier, and I just can't wrestle the babies on the table anymore. If you've ever groomed your own dog, you know what I'm talking about. And the bigger they are, the more your body pays for lifting here and lifting that. Uh, every Saturday we had to pick strawberries from grandparents in the summer. That's what Colleen was talking about. Maria, appreciate you also. Thank you. Thank you for my babies. Only 3. I ask them and give them the choice. And I've had 2 come down here, and I told them, I said, if y'all don't do it now, you can't ask later. And it's pretty funny because goodness gracious and Cotton have been down here like, can we now, Mom? And I'm like, no. Oh, and I love Tug. I mean, he's a hoot. I would give anything to be able to do an interview with him, just so we could talk about our southern drawl and who's got an accent. You want to come get in the picture? No? Okay. You can't come ask and then walk away where I can't touch you. Goodness was going to ask to get up here. But what's that about? Uh, no, we're good. We got a couple more minutes. Let me answer Ninja's question. Lay down. Good. Um, Ninja asked what I feed my babies. They are on Purina Pro Plan, uh, what is it? Toy bites or something. It's specially made for little dogs, and it's chicken and rice, and they love it. And they come in 2 or 3 um, different flavors. Is like uh, chicken and rice, lemon rice, that kind of stuff. Um, Thank you, Maria. Yes, Tug is right. You're a good refresh to all the nastiness happening. Well, I appreciate that. I've got big plans. If I can, like I said, quit having migraines on Wednesdays, my first thing. But I got a lot of friends that I would love to have join me, and I think you'd get a kick out of uh, you know, meeting them and hearing about their dog stuff. Paramount, hello, something to bark about. Welcome. Appreciate you coming in. Um, we're gonna plan again for Wednesday, 2:30 Central. And we're gonna plan that there's no storming because there's supposed to be storming like next couple of days. Every time Tug's talking about the weather and storming, we pretty much get it first before it heads toward Nashville, close to him. So uh, this past weekend, I mean, it was some pretty good storms come through, but we needed the rain. They canceled the burn ban today, thankfully. But well, thank y'all so much for joining and forgiving me for the ohs I do on here. I'm trying to learn, and if y'all see another video that was like 2 minutes long, then that's me learning. I didn't do it right. But I appreciate y'all all coming in today, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your afternoon. And we will see y'all on the Wednesday. And remember, there's always something to bark about. Thank y'all. Love y'all.